सबसे पहले हम ऑल इंडिया फोरम अगेंस्ट प्राइवेटाइजेशन कॉमरेड मैथ्यू और उनका टीम को अभिनंदन कर रहा हूं। इस देश में गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर और पब्लिक सेक्टर का खिलाफ में पिछले 10-11 साल से तो अटैक चल रहा है उनको चटनी करने का। उसका खिलाफ में आपने फोरम बना के हिंदुस्तान में इस लड़ाई का साथ आप भी आपका फोरम का तरफ से समर्थन करता है, उसके लिए सबसे पहले हम आपको धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। Similarly, I also take this opportunity to congratulate the National Coordination Committee of Electricity Employees and Engineers who are in the forefront in protesting against the steps being taken and the policies being framed by the present government at Delhi against the power sector. ये केवल 27 लाख पावर वर्कर्स का इश्यू नहीं है, ये तो पूरा हिंदुस्तान का आम जनता का इश्यू है। As rightly told by the previous speakers, electricity is a part and parcel of our day-to-day life. अब बिना इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, बिना पावर, अब कुछ भी काम आज का दिन में नहीं कर सकता। So therefore, the victims of this electricity bill, which they have introduced in the parliament on 8th October, it's not only going to affect the power sector workers, but as rightly told by the comrades who have spoken, it is going to have a very, very serious impact on the farmers, on the small scale industries, on the medium scale industries, all households in the country. And it is going to be a very major setback on those people who are below the poverty line. So today, when I am sitting in this forum, I would like to inform the House, because Comrade Mohan Sharma, I don't know whether he has joined this. Today and yesterday, there was a 2 days session of the AIFAP National Working Committee, the mother trade union of our country. And Comrade Mohan Sharma, being one of the National Secretary of AIFAP today, has proposed a resolution on this particular issue today, what we are discussing. He has given a very clear picture about what is happening in the power sector and what are all going to be the implications if the bill come into force as an act of the parliament. He has very in detail explained the entire episode and the entire story before the August gathering of the National Working Committee of AIFAP. And he has appealed to all the state committees of AIFAP and all federations which are affiliated or not affiliated with AIFAP, that they all should join together and fight for the protection of one of the very, very important core sector of our country. Ultimately, in a nutshell, if we see why this act has come, what is the requirement for the government to bring this act? It is nothing but the policy of the government. The government has very categorically, especially the Pradhan Mantri himself, उन्होंने खुद बोला है पब्लिक सेक्टर का जन्म हो रहा है मरने के लिए. The public sector are born only to die. So it is without mincing any words, he has categorically told this, and all the ministers in the present government, they are telling it is not the business of the government to do business as if this is a business. This is a service sector. This is for the service of the people, for the farmers of the country. But this also is being now taken into a commercial angle, and they want to privatize the entire power sector in a very, very speedy manner. And that is why they are going ahead with all these type of disastrous bill and act what they are doing. 11 years they have tried in different years during this 11 years period of the present government. They have attempted several times to somehow bring this bill. But the opposition of the farmer, the opposition of the workers, the opposition of the trade unions, the consumers have forced the government to make a slow pedaling. But we all of us know the attitude of the government. Once the Bihar elections are over, depending upon the result of the election, the bulldozing will again start. That is what they are going to do. In fact, during the settlement with the farmers, when they were struggling, when they were fighting, even though more than 700 farmers sacrificed their life, with all the attacks, I also personally went and participated one day in their agitation. The way it has been handled by the police and the governments, it's horrible. That's why 700 workers, farmers have to sacrifice their life. But subsequently, when the entire country put pressure on the government, the Prime Minister himself has to come and say that we are withdrawing that bill. But then at that time, an assurance was given to the farmers that with regard to all these electricity related issues, there will be discussion and consultation with the stakeholders. But to my knowledge, no such a consultation, no such a discussion has taken place, and government is proceeding with its policy to somehow pass the bill in the parliament. And especially as our previous speakers have very correctly told, uh, the subsidy, which is very important in this sector for the common man, farmers, small scale industries, and people below poverty line and all, will be taken away. The maximum period given is 5 years. And if the subsidy is taken away, what is going to be the already silently railway fares are being increased like anything. And once the subsidy is taken away, what is going to happen? The railway fare, whether the common man can afford to travel in the train. This we have to focus before the general public, because crores and crores of people are traveling in Indian railways every day. And similarly, it is an attack on the federal structure of our country. The state government's role in electricity generation, in electricity distribution, and the policies to be taken on that is completely taken away. It will be now completely centralized, and whatever the government of India dictated terms, the state governments will be forced to do that. So definitely it is an attack on the federal structure of our country. And if one go through section 14, 42, and 43, the most dangerous thing is corporates are given full right to use the network of government electricity distribution. They are given free hands. And since I am in defense, I know there are the policy of the government on defense production and defense related activities. It is the same thing. It is totally privatized. It is in the line of privatization. And about ordnance factories, Comrade Matthew has rightly mentioned, we are in a struggle path, legally and in our trade union struggle. But the government is bent upon, it's a policy decision taken by a government which has got the mandate of the public. And the trade unions cannot interfere or the courts cannot interfere. So our fight is going on. We have not left our struggle. And because of all the pressure built up, uh, the government is going on extending the deemed deportation period of the employees who are basically central government employees. But the government is bent upon that we are not going to withdraw the corporatization. So we are fighting. And ultimately, privatization is for what? As all of us know, it is the first step for privatization. On the one side, the ordnance factories are corporatized, and on the other side, Ambani's and Adani's, or Mahindra, Bharat Forge, L&T, all these companies are given licenses and throw away price land in the name of defense corridor. And all these private companies have now started establishing their defense production units. And once government started giving work for them, all these ordnance factories will become sick. And once the industry becomes sick, it is the usual practice of the government to close it down and hand it over to Ambani's and Adani's. Airports are handed over, harbors are handed over. Now electricity is being handed over, defense is being handed over. What I wanted to mention is because the section 14, 42, and 43, which allows the corporate sector to utilize the complete government network built over by the taxpayers' money. ये तो जनता का पैसा में गवर्नमेंट में ये फैसिलिटी पूरा बिल्डअप किया, कोई कारपोरेट का एक पैसा उसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है, लेकिन अभी दरवाजा पूरा उनके लिए ओपन करके बोल रहा है टैक्स पेयर्स का पैसा से कितना भी फैसिलिटीज बिल्डअप किया पावर सेक्टर में, आप उसको यूटिलाइज करो। वही तो अभी डिफेंस में हो रहा है। हमारा तो 52 DRDO लैबोरेटरीज है, एक का पीछे खत्म करके अभी 32 लैब्स है, उसको भी रिड्यूस करने का चक्कर में है सरकार प्रोफेसर विजय राघवन कमेटी का रिकमेंडेशन का अनुसार। उद्देश्य क्या है? All these defense research and development laboratories created with thousands of crores of rupees investment, now it is being opened to the private sector. They can simply come and utilize whatever facilities, research and development facilities available in the DRDO labs. That is being decided by the government. And all of you know from the previous year budget onwards, 25% of the DRDO budget is allotted to the private sector, straight away allotted to the private sector. They can utilize this 25% of the taxpayers' money and they can go on doing research and development. What type of research and development they will do, what is their accountability, whether it is being done for looting the public money, all those issues are there before us. So therefore, the struggle of the electricity workers, the power workers, we have all the trade unions have to take it very seriously. So not only trade unions, the consumer organizations, the various associations connected with the power, with the farming, with agriculture, with the industry, small scale industry, medium scale industry. Even as rightly told here, a tea shop nowadays cannot run without electricity. No sector, no business, no street side vendor also cannot run his business without electricity. So that means when once this bill is passed by the parliament and it is going to be implemented, the entire lot of the country, all the citizens of the country will have its serious impact. So therefore, it is everybody's responsibility. I will not say that it is a responsibility of the federations of electricity employees and their coordination committee, the National Coordination Committee of Electricity Employees and Engineers have only this responsibility, but all of us, every one of us who are concerned about the future of this country, the sovereignty of this country, the common man of this country, the people who are below poverty line, the farmers, the kisan, the Khet Mastur, everybody will have the serious impact. So we have to mobilize them. We have to go to them in whatever manner possible through seminars, through workshops, through processions in district headquarters, taluk headquarters, by publishing pamphlets, by using the social media. So whatever possible from our side, we have to do it. And in the respective assembly constituencies and parliamentary constituencies, whichever party the MP or MLA belongs to, they are all the representatives of the public. So we have to go to them, we have to approach them, submit our memorandums, and then the joint decisions taken by the central trade unions and the Samyukta Kisan Morcha. In all those movements, these demands are also there. So therefore,
Comrade
it is the
Srikumar,
responsibility.
time
Yes,
please.
I'm completing. It is the responsibility of all of us to join and ensure that how the farm bills are withdrawn, the agriculture bills are withdrawn by the government, such type of a movement force we should all jointly build up so that this electricity amendment bill also is withdrawn by the government. And I am confident if we unitedly fight for that, that will happen. I once again congratulate the National Coordination Committee of Electricity Engineers, Electricity Employees and Engineers, and also the All India Forum Against Privatization for relentlessly fighting against this privatization policy. Thank you very much.